Hey y'all, welcome back once again to So It Is. And I just wanted to make a quick video and talk about some healing techniques and some different things to start with if you're working on healing yourself and traumatic patterns and different things like that. The biggest thing is our parents. Start with the parents. I was out at the park. I am at the park now. Probably the noise you hear with my son, and it made me think about how I started the healing process, which always starts with childhood issues. So start with your parents. Start with the relationship with your mother. And then the relationship with your father, whoever was there, whoever was the dominant presence in your life. Study that relationship. Study the relationship with the dominant figure in your life that was positive for you, and the relationships with other adults within that. And when you go back and you're looking at these relationships, understand what each one did for you, what each one shows you, teaches you, things like that. I started with my mother because as a mother, our wombs need to be healed. So I had to start there. What was my mother's experience during pregnancy? What was my experience during pregnancy? How does that affect me? What did my grandmothers go through? All those things, because that plays a big part into who you are. Your mother, because for women, they say that the eggs that you have were also the eggs that she had, because we all have the eggs that we'll have throughout our lifetimes born within us. So if you look at it that way, then you have to think like your grandmother also held you within her. So when we looking at generational things like that, you want to take it back, not only yourself, but look at the women connected to you. For men, look at the men connected to you. What was your father's patterns? Look at my father. I spent a lot of time with him in my younger years, so a lot of my daily habits come from things I seen him do. I spent the most of my time with my great grandmother, so a lot of my mannerisms, a lot of my attitudes towards things are similar to hers, because that's who raised me. I spent the majority of my time, so I was emulating her, so that's probably why I have old soul. I was raised by an older woman. When I was 2, my grandmother was like 50 something. So having raised me at that older age, a lot of the things that I learned young were very wise things, because the person teaching me had already been through so much. So I didn't have to go through those same pitfalls, because somebody was there to show me and guide me. I was lucky in that way, but everybody is not. So look at those patterns in your family. Look at your mother, look at your father, look at the relationships, and start there. I would write down just words that, how do I feel when I think of my mother? How do I feel when I think of my father? What feelings come up? Do I want to be like them, or do I want to be nothing like them? Why? And then to figure out the things that you are inspired of, even in spite of the relationships that aren't so great for you, right? Or weren't the best positive teachers. Even if they taught you negative things, some of those things you've learned will help you to do more positive things. Sometimes either what you're seeing is going to help you, or and propel you forward, or what you have seen has hindered you in some type of way, and we're not taking no blockages. So let's clear that. Let's figure that out. But it starts with your parents. Everything starts with childhood, how you were raised, how people interacted with you. Did they uplift you? Did they speak life into you? Are you able to speak life into others, based on what you've done? Who has poured into you? What influences have made you who you are, and what patterns and habits do you need to cut off that may have been, a learned behavior?